As woodworkers, there seems to be a lot of things that can ruin your project. From the finish, to the cut, to the glue ups. There's so many different things. But today we're gonna focus on one thing: bad glue ups and gaps in your pieces. Now, as segmented wood turners, we tend to have a little bit more opportunity to mess up our glue ups and to get gaps in our rings. A good old-fashioned gap in your ring can really turn it from a stunning piece to just, well, not a stunning piece. And today I'm going to show you guys my favorite method for gluing up my segmented rings to ensure that they stay nice and tight and closed. So I actually have these 3 rings here that I cut up, and I want to turn these 3 rings into a chaos style segmented bowl. So they're not going to stay like this, and I'm going to end up mixing and matching them so that they can look chaotic, and it just makes the bowl look a little more fun, I think. But this brings me to the first method I want to show you guys, which is rubber bands. A lot of segmented turners do use rubber bands to glue up their bowls, and they work okay. So once you get your glue and stuff in this ring, you would just put your rubber band around it. Whoops. Oh, I don't have enough in here. Okay, and once you have your ring kind of set how you like it, you take your rubber band, you get glue in between all of your joints, and then you would put your rubber band on there. Now, what's going to ensure a good tight glue up with a rubber band, you can see this is pretty flimsy, is add a lot of rubber bands and get thick rubber bands. I don't have any, but I'll link some here in the video that you guys can get. You just want thick rubber bands, and the more you put on there, the more compression it's going to add to your ring, and the better your joints should come out looking. Now, it's not my favorite, but it does work, and you know, most people have rubber bands lying around, and they're also pretty cheap. I would just use 5 rubber bands at least on your segmented pieces, but you can tell just from this, the gaps are good, and this would work. Option 1. Option number 2 would be blue painter's tape. I guess it doesn't have to be blue. It can be whatever color you want, but painter's tape. This is a really good option, and again, it will work in a pinch, or if you don't want to go out and buy other things, you can do that. Most people have this laying around their house, but let me show you how it works. What you're going to do, let's take a good strip of the tape, and somehow you're going to want to lay it flat, which I just roll the edges over like that. Then you're just going to go 1, 2, 3, and I'm doing my best to just try and keep the edge of my segment on the edge of this tape, so at least the bottom all lines up nice and flat. This one I also don't like all that much, because if your segment is off a little too much this way or this way, it's going to be permanently kind of like that. The tape does have some flex and give to it, but you know, not a ton. It's tape. Okay. Now that I've got all of mine set up in a row, you would just put glue in between everything and some on one of the ends there. Then you just pick up your piece and roll it all together. Doop, 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 doop. And they should come together fairly nicely. I forgot. You want to rip one of these sides off, so that way when you put it together, you can then use this side that you had to pull it tight. And boom, pretty decent looking there. All those gaps look pretty closed. It's uneven, so it just doesn't look like they're closed, but they're closed, you know, and if they're not, then you just untape it and try and pull it a little bit tighter. All right, we got rubber bands and tape, but I really want to talk about my favorite method of gluing up segmented rings, and that is using one of these. This is a hose clamp, and it's originally made to tighten down on pipes and hoses and things like that. And how it works is it runs off of these notches, and you just tighten up this screw up here, and it just pulls this in tighter and tighter, making it perfect to pull together your segmented rings really, really tight. And another reason I love these things so much is you can use a screwdriver to tighten it up, or it's got a little bolt on the end of that as well. And if you find the right bit for it, you can do it that way and use a drill to really snug that thing up. And now that that's done, we'll just take our clamp and we can put it on there. And like I said, you just need a screwdriver. I gotta get this off of here a little bit. Like I said, you just need a screwdriver, and you can do it this way. And the nice thing is you can really kind of crank down on this just by hand, and that'll give you no gaps. It works so well. And if you also want, they make this little attachment. I'll see if I can find it and link it. I use this and I just put it on there in my drill and just crank it even more. And I mean, is it overkill? Because I mean, these gaps are very, very nice already. So yeah, it might be a little overkill, but why not? The other nice thing about these is you can make the rings as big as you want. They feed into each other. So I just have to take this part here and get it into there. That one's not working so well. These are pretty used. But I can just take this piece and feed it into there, get it in there, and now I can have a ring that can fit, you know, a 12-inch diameter or something like that. So very versatile. You can also get them bigger or smaller, however you want. And they're reusable. You know, you don't have to throw this away. You guys can probably tell this thing has gotten used and abused by me. And they're still pretty good, you know, so. And that's about it, guys. That is 3 different ways you can glue up your segments and get pretty decent joints. Now, obviously, the best, I think, is using the hose clamp. It's going to give you the tightest, most secure joints out there. Now, it's not just about the clamping method that's going to give you the best joints. It's about how precise your angle is and how clean of a cut you're getting on your segments. If you guys haven't watched my past live video and my past video that I just put out, head back and check those out, because I go over getting quality cuts on your segments and how you guys can go about getting better cuts and just overall better rings for your segmented turning. And I know this was a quick one, guys, but that's it for me. Leave a comment down below. Let me know your method of gluing up your segmented rings and how you have avoided getting gaps in your rings. Don't be afraid to share your information with the community. We're all here to learn, and we're all here to get better at what we enjoy. So be good, be safe, be happy, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.